Hey, Arlo and Frank. Welcome to the soundtrack of cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer in late 2006, so we're talking about maybe October into early November. And by Thanksgiving of 2006, I was in the hospital having stuff done, and what happened actually took a couple years to unfold. So very soon after I was diagnosed with cancer and really hadn't told anybody, I had been invited to play at a church, to lead worship for Joe D'Amico at Gateway Church in Woodbury, maybe? Yeah, I think it's in Woodbury, New Jersey, Gloucester County. Your Uncle Sam and Aunt Sharon have gone to church there with me. I don't know if Tom or Frank ever did, but Pastor Joe, the pastor there, he knows Uncle Sam and Aunt Sharon very well. And Pastor Joe and I shared a type of song that's called Messianic praise. It's Jewish music that praises Jesus. So a Messianic Jew is a Jewish person who believes in Jesus, and the vast majority of Jews in the world do not believe in Jesus, but some do. And when I came to play at Gateway, I would always play several Messianic songs. But this time, I had just been diagnosed with cancer. And I love Messianic music, but it's not the thing that gets me closest to the Lord. And I really wanted him to be close to me. So I submitted this list of songs that I was going to do, and Joe came back and said, look, you need to replace some of these. This is not what we want here, and everybody wants to hear you do the Messianic songs. So I said, okay, I'll do some of them, but I'm going to do some other songs. I'm not absolutely sure if this was one of the songs that I did there, but it was one of the songs that I played to personally worship the Lord during that time. It was a song that helped me get through that deep, dark period of my life. Although it was really the Lord that got me through. And then he had sent me an angel, your grandmother, who was by my side the entire time. But anyway, this song is called Near the Cross. It was written by Fanny Crosby, who was blind and loved the Lord. And you'll be able to tell by the words. Jesus, keep me near the cross, there a precious fountain, free to walk a healing stream, flows from Calvary down And I got up at the front. I would lead worship for maybe 20, 25 minutes. So it would be 5 songs, give or take. And then Joe would get up and preach. And then I'd get up at the end and he would do an altar call sometimes. Sometimes everybody that was there was already saved and he wouldn't do an altar call. But if there was anybody that he had any doubt about, he would do an altar call. And that night he did an altar call. But during that beginning, I played a couple songs and then I laid it on him. Like, listen, I have cancer and it doesn't look good and I'm going to be in the hospital for a while and I'm not going to be back. And it was quite a night. Several people got saved that night. That's really what it's all about. And I wound up not playing for a while. I lost the feelings in my fingertips, along with the bottoms of my feet. It's called neuropathy. It was from, I think, the chemo, and I had all kinds of chemo drugs put through my body. So it was hard to play, and it's easy for me to not practice anyway. I had a trach for, I think, a year, so I wasn't doing any singing. And you would think that the guitar would give me pleasure, but it didn't, because it was something that was missing from my life. Being able to get up and lead worship in front of people, because I had done it for several years now, and then, bang, I couldn't do it. But I survived that. One of the things that I did is when I realized that I was probably going to live out the rest of my life, however long that is, that I wasn't going to die from that cancer at that time, is I went back to school. I saw this brochure at a library in Egg Harbor Township, and it said that there was something called a MALS program at Rutgers Camden. And this MALS program actually had classes at the community college in Atlantic County, near where I lived. So I could take classes there, and I started doing that. It's a 2-year program, went essentially to night school, although I did take one class on Shakespeare. Imagine that. On Shakespeare at the downtown Camden campus, and that may have been a day class, but that may have been a night class also. But it was at the real college. And then I got transferred to Miami, and I wanted to get transferred to Miami. Arlo, your dad lived down there, and eventually Aunt Courtney wound up moving down there, so we all lived there for a while. I got there and I said, well, I guess I'm not going to be able to finish my college degree. I'd only taken, I think, 4 classes. But lo and behold, I found out that the University of Miami had a MALS program. And I went and interviewed, and they accepted me into the program, and they accepted my credits, and I got to matriculate out of there. And the reason that I'm telling you that is because I had to do an oral presentation in one of the classes. I had to tell a story. I think it was of a historical event. And I picked the children of Israel going through the Red Sea when they left Egypt. And they get to the other side of the Red Sea, and they sang a song. They sang a song that says, "Who is like you, O Lord, among the gods?" And so you would think that it's this triumphant dun, 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 kind of song, but it's not. Now, this is a Messianic worship song. What happens in a lot of these songs is you first go through it in biblical Hebrew, and then the second time through, you do it in English. So you're not going to understand it the first time through, but you will the second time through. This is 2012, and it was the next time that I picked up my guitar so that I could get up in front of people and play. I didn't play this guitar. I played a 12-string. Meeka Moka, And then I didn't play again in public for a long time, till 2018. So 2006, 2012, 2018, 6-year periods. The next time I played, I think I volunteered, or maybe I was asked to play, was at my son Tom's wedding. It was a very happy time in the family that had happened after a very sad time in the family, Frank, when your dad passed away. But life goes on. We miss those who are no longer with us, and we cherish the time with them. But you move on, and new people come in, and old people go out. Eventually, I'll be gone, and hopefully there'll be more grandchildren. That's one reason why I'm making these things. So at Tom and Lucy's wedding, I played a hippie song called The Wedding Song by Paul Stookey from a group called Peter, Paul, and Mary. And it was like the hippie wedding song. It's got kind of outdated lyrics. Sorry, I have some mouth problems. One of the things that happens when you have throat cancer is your teeth start to fall out of your mouth. So I'm having some dental surgery done right now. I have a mouthful of stitches in the bottom, and it makes things challenging, especially this. But I want to get these done as they're ready, even with the challenges. Start. We didn't record it that day. And I remember sitting down and I think it was Sharon saying, "Where's that music coming from?" And Sam said, "That's Pop playing. You didn't know that's him?" And she looked over and went like, "Whoa, yeah, I didn't know he was going to be up there doing that." And I think we only got through half of the song that day because it wasn't a long walk. The wedding happened in Tom's backyard, Tom and Lucy's backyard in Little Haiti in Miami. And I guess that's it. Peace out, guys. Be cool. Stay in school.